Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to part 2 of this Final Fantasy 3 Pixel Remaster Platinum Trophy walkthrough. We're going to pick up right where we left off outside of Castle Sasne, and we're going to head up and use that canoe that we just got from the king. That's going to allow us to go over the water and grab our airship, which we're just going to take a little bit south back down to Kazus. So park right outside of that and then head on inside. Once inside, Sid will come out to greet you. Well done, I knew you could pull it off. Bet you're glad you had my airship, huh? I'm just happy it was used for a good cause. Mind if I ask another favor? Can you get me back to the missus in Caanan? Please, she's been waiting a mighty long time. Sid joined the party. Now that the Djinn's curse has been lifted, the shops are open, so let's go into the magic shop first, and we're going to buy the fire black magic. That will be good for our black mage. And then we just have to go to the magic menu, and that will allow us to learn this new black magic. From here we're going to leave the magic shop, and we're going to go way to the north side of town. So head all the way up past all the houses, and there's going to be a cave in the back. So head on inside the cave. These are the Mythril Mines. It's a very short mini dungeon. Just head on all the way up, and then you will interact with the device at the back to open up a secret passage. All the monsters in here are just repeats from ones that we've already seen, so you can skip them. I'm not going to even show them because you've seen them all before. And just head on all the way to the back of the cave. There are 2 treasure chests. Each of them contain a mithril sword, and that's all that we have in the Mythril Mines. I'm just going to quickly equip those on the warrior, and we can head on back out. Just backtrack all the way to the entrance of the cave, and we can head up the stairs and leave. Before leaving Kazus, we need to go into this house that's nearby the Mythril Mines, so go on inside and talk to the old man here. Been thinking about that boulder that's blocking the way to Caanan. I reckon if my airship had a mithril prow, we could bust through. Say no more, I'll get one ready for you in a jiffy. All done. No need to thank me. You saved the town after all. This is to show our appreciation. Now take care out there. Taka affixed a mithril prow to the airship. Let's give that bothersome boulder a good old-fashioned whooping. And with that, our business in Kazus is officially concluded, so just head south and exit the town. Hop aboard the airship, and we're going to fly it right on over to that boulder on the west side. With the boulder out of the way, we get the Crushing Force trophy. Walk through the newly opened passage, and we're going to head south, but don't go into this town just yet. There are some new Bestiary entries to get that are on this side of the boulder that weren't on the other side. The first one here is this bugbear. We're pretty strong at this point for these monsters, so we can deal with them pretty efficiently just with some normal attacks. Keep walking around, there are a few more that we need to find here. Here we have a basilisk, it's like that little lizard thing up front, and we have the berserker, that's a repeat enemy from before. So those all went down very quickly, we just have one more thing to find out here. And it's the Mandrake. These guys are a little bit stronger than the other ones, and I thought that they might be pretty weak to fire, being that they look like big plants, but That turned out to be not so much the case. They just took kind of basic damage from this. But it was enough to weaken them up so that my melee classes could take them out pretty efficiently. And at this point you should get the Field Research Basic Trophy for getting 10% of all of the Bestiary entries in the whole game. Head on into town and you'll find that this is Caanan. Thanks for all your help. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know. Come to think of it, if I can put together another airship, I bet you could put it through its paces. But we'll need a few more design improvements, and no one knows more about that stuff than King Argus. You should go see him. Anyway, thanks again. Come back to visit anytime. Sid left the party. Alright, back in control. We're going to do a little shopping spree, so head into the weapons shop. The main thing that we're going to buy here is 4 Mythril rods. They are upgrades for our mages, and we're going to dual wield with each of them, so they each get 2. Now we're going to head up and into the magic shop. We're going to buy the Thunder Black Magic as well as the Poison Black Magic. Heading out, we're going to go over to the west and we're going to find the armor shop on the west side of town. Inside there are a couple upgrades that we can buy. I'm going to not use shields really through this. I just prefer to dual wield with my characters, so we can skip that one, but there are some upgrades to the other armors. And once we optimize everyone's equipment, we are good to go with this. Now let's go find some items. The first thing that we have to do is go to the north part of town on the east side. So walk up the stairs and around. You'll find a little staircase going down into the water. So walk down, you can go down this waterfall and just follow the path around. And you're going way to the bottom right corner. There's a little patch of grass here that contains an elixir. Don't use that on your party members because we actually need that for something to get some more treasure chests. So head back up the way that you came and out of the water. Now we're going to head back down toward the center of town. And we're going to go down to this house just to the left of the fountain that was right by the entrance. If you go to the left, there's a hidden passage right by this bookcase next to the bed. And if you go around, you can get an item from this pot. Go back through that secret passage, and we're going to go now to the top part of this room, and there's a pot next to the fireplace. Go ahead and interact with that for another item. Head on back out. We're now going to go to the house in the top left corner of this town. It's way up in the corner. And if you go up and to the left, you'll see a woman in bed. This is Mrs. Sid. Let's give her the elixir that we just got. Heavens above, I'm cured. Thank you, oh thank you. Now go and talk to Sid. Looks like I owe you one, again. Does that mean I owe you 2? I know. Give this candle behind me a jiggle. It'll open the way to the hangar where I used to park the old airship. Help yourselves to anything you find down there. So do as he said, go up, talk to that candle, and we're going to go through the passageway that just opened. And that will lead downstairs. There are lots of treasure chests down here. In fact, there are going to be 12 treasure chests. So go crazy looting all of them. There's 8 in the first section. And then once you collect all of those, we're going to take the nearby stairs down into the water. Head over to the right. And you can go up these stairs and then to the right through a secret passage to get 4 more treasure chests. Okay, at this point we have all 12 chests and 3 hidden items, so we've done everything that we need to do in Caanan, and now we can leave. We'll go back through the water, past all these treasure chests we opened, and up the stairs. Going back toward Sid and Mrs. Sid, we can now leave the house. And we'll just exit out the south side of town. Okay, we're going to go to this mountain with the big trail up it, and this is our next little dungeon that we have to do. But Bahamut comes down to greet us. This is Dragon's Peak. We're going to head on up and just follow this very linear path all the way up to our first treasure chest. We are going to encounter some new Bestiary entries. These are the Rust Birds. They are a little bit tougher than some of the monsters that we have been fighting. This game is set up so that every new zone that you go to is a pretty big spike in enemy level. But what happens is that causes them to do a lot of damage until we can beat a few of them to level up, and then we kind of equal ourselves out. You can always counter this by doing a little extra battling outside of the critical path that we're taking, but for the most part I'm just going to stick with as quick of a run as possible, but there are some times that I will recommend that we level up in preparation for an upcoming dungeon. I forgot to teach the Black Mage the Thunder spell and the Poison spell, so I just went ahead and did that. So go all the way to the right and then south. You can grab a treasure chest right here, and now we're going to go back up the path. We get attacked by a couple rooks here. They're not too terribly difficult, so just take them out with a couple physical attacks each. Continue up, and we're going to get the treasure chest at the top path. And that is the arrow spell. It is a white magic that does some damage, so that's good for our white mage if we want to do a little extra damage outside of the moderately weak physical attacks that she can do. And these are Helldivers, a classic Final Fantasy enemy. They show up in pretty much every game, but again, we're just going to do a couple of physical attacks to take them out. Okay, we will now go to the left path here. Skip the stairs for now because there's a treasure chest on your left. Go ahead and grab that, and then head on up the stairs. We are going to farm another encounter here, and it is the Firefly, which looks nothing like the Fireflies that exist in our world, but nonetheless, we have to take these guys out. And we'll proceed on up the stairs. Bahamut grabs us and pulls us all the way up and into its nest. Go up and to the left and interact with the bush. What's that? Rustle. Whoa, how the heck did you guys get up here? Wait, don't tell me. You got captured by the dragon too, didn't you? Ha! Losers. That's rich coming from the dragon's next meal. Touché. I guess you're right. Ha ha ha. My name is Dash. I'm Luneth. Gotta be up front with you all. I've got amnesia. Can't remember a thing except my own name. I know that I came up here for a reason. I just don't remember what it is. Uh-oh. The dragon's back. Hide! A dragon attacks from the sky. We don't stand a chance against it. We gotta run! Run! Run for your lives! And we have a battle against Bahamut. Do as Desh says and just flee. You just hit the right directional button and the flee command will show up. Go ahead and take off. Whew! That was close. Come on, let's get out of here. Agreed. Here, you can have this. It's a spell called Mini. I don't think I've got the magic know-how to use it anyway. In exchange, mind if I tag along on your journey? Sure, if that's what you want to do. Good, then it's settled. Glad to know you all. Received mini from Desh. Desh joined the party. Let's get going. We can jump down. Geronimo! Okay, and we land outside on the world map. Head to the right, and you're going to go in this little place called the Healing Copse. You can actually use those pools to heal yourself up if you need to, but we're just going to continue on from here. And we're going to teach the mini spell and the arrow spell that we picked up to our white mage. Now what we want to do is head toward the south. There's another little break in the trees here, and we're going to use the mini spell. Just make sure that when you use it, you hit the right directional button to cast it once on all 4 people at the same time. That way you don't have to use multiple spell uses for it. And then go into the little opening. This is Tozus. It's a land full of miniaturized people, and it probably has the happiest music in the whole game. What we want to do is we will change all of our characters to a magic job. So we're going to switch Luneth and Ark to having the Black Mage job, and we're going to keep Refia and Ingus as their standard jobs. And then we're going to continue on. If you go to the house on the end of this row here, it's got a little yellow door. You can go into it. And this is the magic shop. We're going to pick up a few new magics here. We're going to buy some fire spells and some blizzards and thunders for our new black mages. The next dungeon that we have to do, we have to stay miniaturized, and when you're in the mini status, you only do 1 damage with physical attacks. So that's not going to get us too far, and that's why we have our characters be the mages, so that we can use magic that can be full power. And now we just have a few new spells to use with those black mages. Go into this building kind of in the middle, and this is the inn. When you rest here, we're going to get all of our magic uses back. It's weird to call it MP because it's not like traditional MP, but when you change a job, it doesn't automatically give you those magic uses for the spells, so just make sure that you do that. If you don't have any antidotes, make sure you buy one right here at the item shop, because we need an antidote in just a minute. So make sure you have at least one in your inventory, and then head on up to the top left corner of the map. There's a little house here. Go inside of it. And when you go up, you'll find a couple bookcases. 2 items are found in each bookcase, so you'll get 4 items total by interacting with the bookcases 4 times. And then you will want to equip whatever you got from there. We just have some good upgrades now for all of our characters. We also got the Cura magic, so we'll go into the magic menu and we will learn Cura for Refia. And now that she has a better magic, we can talk to the person in the bed. I need an antidote. Well, go ahead and give him an antidote.
That hit the spot. Something I ate really didn't agree with me. You saved my life. In return, I'll tell you about a shortcut to Moralco Basin. Just take the stairs over here. They lead straight to the secret tunnel.
Learned Shelko's shortcut. Well, let's take that passageway, and we're going to go head down the stairs. Grab the 2 treasure chests in this room. Now let's confirm that we have everything collected here. We have 2 chests and 4 items, so we are good to go. Let's head on down these stairs, and this takes us to the Tozus Tunnel. There are 2 new enemies that we need to get in this area. The first one is the Leprechaun, and again, we're not going to use physical attacks in miniature status because we won't do any damage to them. Instead, we're just going to rely on our magic uses. The game does compensate for us a little bit. They don't make these enemies very hard because we have to be in mini status here. So 1 magical cast should do the trick for that, and they're not going to do a ton of damage to us either. We did get the Thrifty Spender trophy here just for collecting lots of gil, and we're going to head on through here. We do need to find the last monster for the Bestiary in the Tozus Tunnel, so just walk around a little bit and eventually you will get into an encounter with him. This is the demon face. Again, just a little bit of magic will do the trick for this, and then we can head on out. Right here I was a little bit hesitating because I didn't want to use up my last arrow cast for this, so I just decided to use a physical attack and then have the other characters, the black mages, actually do the ones doing damage. But you can see that physical attack did only 1 damage to them, so that's why we are focusing on the magic. Okay, once you've got those guys defeated, then we're going to head up the stairs and head to the left, and this is the last portion of the Tozus Tunnel, so the exit is right there. You can head on out into the open doorway. Okay, back to the main world map. We are going to unminiaturize ourselves, so just cast mini on everyone again, and we're going to keep all of our jobs the same. And we're going to head on up and into the cave just to the north of us. This is the Vikings Cove. Let's go through this very linear passageway and we'll head on up into the main part here. Just past the candles there is a secret passage that can take you around to this treasure chest. So go ahead and grab that. And now we're going to go up, and if you go into this doorway on the right, this is the little inn, so you can use that to refill all of your magic uses. And once you're well rested, then you can head on out. And we'll go to the left and up these stairs. Start by going over toward the left side. There's a secret passageway past these cannonballs that will take you to these stairs at the bottom. Head on down. And you can grab 2 treasure chests here. There's actually a healing spring in the bottom right corner if you really need it. So just keep that in mind. And then we're going to head on up out of here. Now go toward the right past the stairs, and there's a little pathway between these cannonballs. Go through that and take the right passage. That will take you all the way to these 3 treasure chests. The other way is just a dead end, so you can skip that. And we do get some upgrades for our black mage. We're going to give those all to Ingus. So go to the magic tab and learn your new Blizzara, Fyra, and Thundara spells. It's a big upgrade for us now. Unfortunately, we don't have many magic casts of that, not a lot of magic uses, so you'll have to save those for the upcoming bosses. Okay, now we're going to head on up and we will go ahead and leave the Vikings Cove. This is a highly missable Bestiary entry that we need to pick up now because otherwise it will be gone forever. The first thing you want to do is probably save your game just because we have a very tough monster. But get in the ship and go north and you'll be put into a battle with this enemy, the Nepto Dragon. We cannot fight this thing, it's got 60,000 HP. Instead, just have everyone flee just like we did with Bahamut and get out of here. That is enough to get the Bestiary entry. But if you do the next dungeon before doing that, we will completely miss out on the Nepto Dragon and that will cost us the Platinum Trophy. Go into the building to the north and go talk to the dragon. It's a statue of the Nepto Dragon, but one of its eyes is missing. There seems to be a tiny passageway where the eye used to be. Maybe we can fit in it if we use the mini spell. Alright, well just like going into Tozus, we need to use the mini spell to shrink all of our party members down. So go ahead and use that, and then we will proceed up and into the eye. The party enters through the dragon's eye socket. Alright, let's follow the pathway. There are new Bestiary entries that we need to get. The first one that we're going to find is the Lilliputian, these little hedgehog looking dudes. Again, because we're in miniature status, we're not going to use physical attacks, just focus on using those black magics that we picked up. Remember to save those powerful black magics for later, and we're going to instead just use the basic, fire and blizzard spells to take care of these guys. Shouldn't be a big deal for you. Continuing up, we're going to just follow this path, and when you get way to the end of it, you're going to have a choice. You can go to the left or to the right. There's holes on each side. We're going to do the left hole. The next enemy here is the Petite monster. Again, the same method of just casting magics on all of them, and they should be dead pretty quickly. Okay, go into the left hole, you'll drop down, and there are 2 treasure chests down here. Go ahead and grab each of those. One has the shell helmet, and the other one has the shell armor. And we just go back up the stairs, and now we're going to go into the right hole. We'll go around and grab the treasure chest at the top of this room. We do have to contend with the poison bat on our way there, so just make sure that you take these out using that same magical method. Okay, go on up and you can grab the treasure chest at the top of the room. That's a serpent sword. And we're going to farm for another monster before we go down into the next hole. And this is the bloodworm. This one will require probably a little bit more magic, maybe a couple casts instead of just the one. So just be prepared for that. And again, not difficult, just do what we have been doing this whole time. Okay, with those guys out of the way, now let's proceed into the hole on the right side. And this is the final part of this dungeon, so walk around here a little bit. We do get into an encounter with the last monster, the were-rat, and there's another bloodworm here too. And just use that same method of using the magical attacks, and they'll be dead very soon. Okay, we'll check out our Bestiary just to make sure that we have everything. And so you'll want to scroll down, and going down we have, starting with the 26, Petite, Poison Bat, Lilliputian, Were-Rat, and Bloodworm. And we have everything from 001 through 030 at this point. And we have 3 out of 3 treasure chests and no items in the Nepto Temple, so we are good to go here. Proceed on up. You'll want to do a little quick save before encountering the boss, just for safety, and then head on up and talk to him. A giant rat!
No! No gem for you! I'll nibble anyone who tries to take it! Squeak!
And the boss of the Nepto Temple is the giant rat. All we have to do is use our strongest magics against it. So we're going to bust out those, Firagas and Thunders and everything that we have. Just start with your higher tier magics, and then move on down to the lower tier as you run out of magic uses. And we do have the white mage just to cure people as we go. The rat likes to use some magic attacks like thunder, and we'll be able to keep up with that damage. However, this is a very easy boss fight. It's kind of designed to be that way because we have to be in mini status, and this will be a pretty quick boss fight for you. Just keep pummeling it with those high level magic attacks, and the fight should be over soon. And just like that, another boss is down. This is your friendly reminder to join the Mass Matador community by subscribing, and then leave a comment down below letting me know that you subscribed, and I'll be sure to thank you. We'll love to have you here. Obtained the Nepto Eye. Now all that's left is to return to the entrance of this dungeon. If any of your party members were injured during that battle, make sure that you heal them up, because we do still have some random monster encounters on the way back that you'll have to fight unless you disable those, and then we will head on back out to the entrance. Going up the stairs repeatedly, and now just go back down to the bottom portion, snaking your way through the path. Back outside, we will unminiaturize ourselves, so just cast Mini on everyone once again to return to normal size. Now to return the Nepto Dragon's Eye to its rightful place. So use that from the menu. The party put the missing eye in the empty socket. It is I, Nepto the Sea Dragon. I thank you for returning my eye. It is no ordinary gem, it is the vessel for my soul. Without it, my physical manifestation cannot be controlled. By way of thanks, I bequeath to you the Fang of Water. Use its power to destroy those obstacles that may block your path. Received the Fang of Water from the Nepto Dragon. Water has lost that which once shimmered within. That which caused the great earthquake also trapped the light of the elements deep within the earth. I beseech you, please restore our light. The Nepto Dragon resumed its slumber. Alright, head on outside, and that's going to do it for this one. I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.